Hello Beauty News family, welcome back to our channel.
It's the first Monday video of the year.
It is. And should we mention, with Monday content, we do plan on doing it, but we're not going to force it this year.
Yeah.
We're going to create the content that we really want to create, and if that sometimes means that we miss out on a Monday video, we're not gonna feel too bad about that.
Yeah, because we were always hitting the Monday videos every week, but we kind of have thought quality over quantity.
Yeah. So if you do see that we're not posting a video on a Monday here or there, don't be alarmed. It's just that we want to make sure that what we're creating is stuff that we really want to create, that we're excited about.
Absolutely.
Like this video.
Yes. So we've had a few requests to do Mel Thompson's tag, which is the Truthful YouTuber Tag.
Yes.
So this was a video she did a little while ago, I believe. I can't see it. Oh, December 15th.
Yeah.
And since her posting this, we have had a few people asking us to do it. And to be completely honest, I love talking about YouTube. So I was like, Hayley, let's do the tag.
And I was a bit like,
no.
I'm not into this particular tag.
Yes.
But we'll explain why when we get to the relevant questions.
Yes. So, yeah, I think this for us is a good way to open up dialogue about how we feel about the community.
Yes.
And we'll get to
it.
Get to the apprehension. Yeah. Okay, so the first question Mel didn't actually answer in her video. So this was the question that I was a little bit unsure of how it was implied, because it says, have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and then decided not to review it? Now, my gut reaction was, I try products all the time, and I don't review a lot of it. Yeah. But I think from the gist of the tag, I feel like it's you received a product that you were planning on reviewing and then decided not to review it
based on
the fact that you didn't like it. And I've never done that, but I can tell you I buy a lot of products. We sometimes get sent products that I've tried, don't like, and purely don't use because I don't like it, so I don't want to use it. Yeah. So it's not that my negative experiences have stopped me from featuring it. Sometimes I'm just like, well, that doesn't work for me. I don't want to use it.
Yeah.
So
for me, I never take PR with the promise that I'm going to use something. I always take it on send it to me and I will do with it as I please.
Yeah.
If I want to feature it, I will feature it. If I don't want to feature it, I will not feature it.
Correct.
And sometimes that it leads to me not featuring it because I love it, featuring it and being like, look,
didn't like it.
Not for me, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
pretty much the only PR we receive these days is like PR that's sent blindly to us. Yeah. We never... Oh, there's a fly!
Oh!
Go away, fly.
Go away, shoot fly.
We never actually say, yes, I will do this in exchange for blah. We don't accept those because we've got our own shit that we're trying to do. But I'm thinking of times where like I might try something and go, look, this really isn't designed for my skin type, or this is the wrong shade for me and I actually don't want to use it. So instead of actually me using it, I'm going to give it to a friend. And that happens a lot with purchased products and also sent products. Yes. But it's not a decision like, will I feature it, yes or no, based on do I want to upset the brand or not. That never factors into it. No. Okay, the second question is, product you use alone but don't show or use online.
We were talking about this and I was like, oh yeah, the Kat Von D blotting powder, but Kat's like, no, you've used that.
You use that a lot.
I've used it a lot and people often see it in my makeup description and they're like, I call it the Kat Von D blotting crap.
Yeah.
And it's actually like, it's not crap. I actually really like the powder, but I don't rave about it because of my position with Kat Von D at the moment.
Yes.
But no, there's not really any products that I don't use on camera for a specific reason.
Yeah, I think with me, I think there are some products that I'm less inclined to want to use on camera, and that is mainly limited edition products that are no longer around or discontinued products because they're like and I know that this doesn't stop me from using it in my daily life, but if I'm, so for example, talking about one of our favorite palettes of all time, the Bare Minerals Regal Wardrobe palette that was out in like 2016, if I want to use that on a daily basis and then all of a sudden I'm sitting down and I'm talking about something, people are like, oh my God, I love your eye makeup, what is it? I sometimes would prefer to use things that I know people can access
if they want to.
And so that doesn't mean I won't use it on camera, but I'm less inclined to use old makeup that is no longer available just because I know it sometimes frustrates people not being able to access it. And I will list it in the description. They're like, oh, that was that gel liner was a limited edition one from Christmas 3 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
So I just sort of try to keep in mind that if I'm listing my makeup, try to keep it relatively current. But
that's fair.
But it doesn't stop me from doing anything.
No.
All right, question number 3 is product you want but won't buy because you don't support the brand.
Okay, well, there's something that sort of comes to mind with this, and for me, it's the Fenty Pro Filter foundation.
Yeah,
I really like that foundation, but based on experiences that I've had with the brand, I personally choose not to support them at this time being. But I also come from a position where I'm like, if I really want it, I will buy it.
Yeah.
But there are so many foundations on the market that I haven't tried that I really want to try. So it's not a massive thing for me.
Yes.
But like they've released the powders and the concealers. They're getting not too bad reviews at the moment. So that would maybe be something that I would want to try, but it's
I'm the same as you. There's a few brands that I currently am not buying from, Fenty being one. Yeah. Kat Von D being another.
Yep, same.
Kat Von D hasn't released anything recently that I actually give two shits about. No. So that's not a concern for me. There's no temptation. But I do agree with you. I panned my Pro Filter foundation. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. But I would prefer to try other foundations than support Fenty. But there are things in the Fenty range that I've heard great things about. Their Diamond Bomb highlighter.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Their lip gloss as well.
Yeah,
I've heard great
lip glosses get raves.
And so they're things that I would, if I was supporting Fenty, I would consider buying. But right now I'm like, sorry, I don't want to actually give you my money. Yeah. So you can then try to sue me. So, there are some, but most brands that I don't support, it's almost like, I don't entirely not support brands. I always think brands can redeem themselves.
I agree with you on that too.
So for me, when it comes to like Kat Von D and Fenty,
it's like taking a break.
Yeah, like right now, I actually don't want you in my collection. I don't want to support you. But if things change in the future, that's not a long-standing, you're cancelled kind of bullshit. No. So for me, right now, I find that when I don't like a brand because they're not doing it for me, I don't want to buy their stuff.
Yeah, I just stop buying. Stuff. So, and it's all good. And then maybe one day in the future that will change. Yeah. And if it does change, that's all good too.
Yeah. Okay, question number 4. Do you have any blocked words? So they're talking about on YouTube, you can put in some words that automatically, if those words are being used in a comment, that comment gets held for review. So you need to manually approve or delete the comments. And we do have some. Mel was talking about having heaps of them. Not wanting to tell people what they are in case people can get around it. Funnily enough, we don't actually have any that are like mean things about us. Like I remember seeing Patrick Starr at VidCon. He was talking about that he has things like fat and all variations of fat and like FAAAAT and all this kind of stuff.
And homophobic words and things like that. I respect that.
I respect that as well.
That's fair.
Yeah, and we actually don't have many words that are blocked. The main words that we block are mainly people that try to give spoilers to videos. Yeah. So for example, if we've noticed that a video that's like how many swatches and say this fly is dropping.
I know, a fly is on my shit list.
Yeah, but if it's like, how many swatches in this lipstick and the answer is 600 or whatever it is. Yeah. If that video sort of takes off and there's a lot of people wanting to ruin the answer for people and it's like, don't watch it, the answer's 700, I'll actually block the word, block the word 700. I find that also for the amount of effort we put into those videos, I feel like people trying to undercut you and
it's unfair.
It's unfair. So,
and it's unfair for the people who are watching it for the entertainment.
Yes, and not wanting to spoil it. Yeah. So I tend to block those. Also, when we do how many swatches when it comes to like pencils or liquid liners or stuff like that, you'll be surprised to hear that there's a lot of people talking about self-harm and cutting, and they try to always bring up these topics, which I think is inappropriate for the video. So things like cutting, self-harm, those I tend to block those as well. But when it comes to things like bitches and fuck and all this other stuff, I don't block any of those. No. I feel like you can...
We swear, you can swear too.
Yeah, you can swear. Yeah. And we take each comment sort of as it is. And to be fair, these days, sorry to tell you, we ignore a lot of comments because... the more you read, the sort of shitter you feel about yourself. So
it's true.
We sort of ignore a lot of comments. They've been going a bit rife lately, but we do what we can do. Yeah. And that leads on to question number 5. Do you delete comments? If so, why? And I would say that sometimes we delete comments. You'll be surprised to hear that for a channel of our size, we don't delete too many comments. Yeah. A lot of people accuse us of deleting comments, but often things get flagged as spam, and we don't go through the spam folder too often. So people like...
I remember checking the spam folder a couple of weeks ago. There was over 100 comments in there, and I was just like...
Yeah. But often people are like, I can't see my comment. You've blocked... You've deleted it. And it's like... No, it's here. Actually, I just have to approve it.
You've got 5 in the spam comments. Yeah. Let me just go and approve them all for you.
Stop going ham on the comments.
Yeah.
So, we don't actually delete too many. When we do delete them, it's generally really, really vile ones, like telling us to go kill ourselves and stuff like that. Yeah. Those often do get held in the marked for review, so I'll just go through, and a lot of them, 50-50, some I'll approve, some I'll delete. And when people are... being really disrespectful to other people. Yeah. I've noticed that often what happens is there'll be a comment that seems pretty innocent, and then you look back and there's people fighting and threatening to kill each other, and you deserve to die, and I'll just delete that original comment. So we don't actually take things too personally. We've had to develop a pretty thick skin.
If it's related to Kat or I, we don't really care unless it's in relation to...
It depends on how horrible it is.
Yeah, but we usually try to protect other people and have a bit of a hard line on like the kill yourself stuff.
Yeah, and really sort of vile stuff. People can be really horrible online, and if it's just someone, saying an opinion, I'm like, whatever, I don't care.
I don't care.
And question number 6, do you block people? And we generally don't. You'll be surprised at how short our block list is.
Yeah.
But once again, this is when you realise someone's been quite vile and you search their name and realise that they are coming on a lot of videos or they're consistently vile over a period of a few months, and these people just hate watch your content and then just sit there fuming and wanting to like crack the shits. So those people, I'm like, okay, if you're a repeat offender over multiple videos or multiple months, not only should you get a life, but we shouldn't have to
put up with it.
Your shit. So the odd comment, I don't block people, but if you're a repeat offender,
if you're really like, if you're going hard for weeks or months, we're just like, look, you've had enough time to chill the fuck out, and you haven't. So see ya.
Yeah, and often you'll see people that like the comment itself seems in isolation. Little bit negative, but not too bad. But when you actually search the name and you see that everything they post is trying to make you look like an idiot, they're calling you out on stupid things, and they're trying to be really negative and turn people against you, you kind of go, look,
see ya.
You've had your time.
Yeah, I don't need to see this.
Yeah, catch you later. Question number 7: have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with the brand?
No.
I wish.
No. I think this is why we potentially stopped receiving large PR boxes from Lush. Lush do still send us the occasional thing, and we appreciate that. It's very sweet of them. But they used to send us big boxes of their limited edition collections, and we would demo them, and
they were fun.
They were fun. Time consuming, but fun.
Oh yeah, it took ages to film.
And then they released their slapstick foundation, and we purchased some, and we did. We were honest. We gave our honest opinion as makeup junkies.
Yeah.
And we didn't give it a glowing review.
Yeah.
And look, okay, maybe it hurt some feelings, but at the end of the day, Our integrity is all we've got.
So to be completely honest, I think the thing is that we don't actually ever get paid by brands to feature things, to talk about things. So we've never done sponsored content on this channel at all. And I can't see anything happening in the future. So brands don't pay our bills.
No, they don't.
You know, our content and our integrity pay our bills. So there is no reason for us to kiss up to a brand. If we're not on too many PR lists, I would say under 10.
Yeah.
And if we dropped off a couple of those, I wouldn't even care. It just means less fucking mail that we have to deal with.
We appreciate the brands that do send us PR.
Yeah, it's helpful.
It is. It's helpful. It's very nice. Often we come across some beautiful gem products as well. But no, we don't feel the need to sugarcoat things or fib about our feelings with products, because at the end of the day, we can buy them.
Correct.
So,
and that's what it comes down to. And that's a funny thing though, like I think there's a perception that smaller creators are more honest than bigger creators because, and I spoke about this in a Q&A that I did on my channel earlier in the week, there's a perception that smaller creators don't have any incentive to lie. Bigger creators do. It's actually the other way around in my experience. I've come across a lot of bloggers, a lot of smaller creators, a lot of smaller Instagrammers, YouTubers, and even I remember back when I first started receiving PR, it is so exciting and you really want to sort of prove yourself that you go above and beyond to do work for the brand.
Things for the brand.
Yeah. And we know people that are like, oh, I'm doing this for the exposure. They're giving me exposure. No, they're not giving me money. They're exposure. So I just know that smaller creators tend to kiss up to brands, and we haven't sent out a media kit 18 months.
Yeah, over a year.
2 years. Whereas I know smaller creators that will send off monthly updated media kits to be like, I'm going to create this content. What do you have that I can feature? We don't give a fuck, because the bigger your channel is, you actually lose more by not being honest, because you actually have something to lose. And you also, if you're making money and this is your job, you can buy products you want. So even though it's helpful where you get sent some new stuff and you're like, okay, cool, I could actually create content with this. I honestly feel like, from my personal experience, and I don't know the Manny MUAs and the Jeffree Stars. I've never actually personally met people with millions of subscribers and make a lot of cash from YouTube. But from the people that I have personally met that do have substantial channels, they generally are more honest, because they know that their audience is what makes their channel successful, not
and
the brands.
Their audience is ready to be critical.
Yes, and they don't need. And also, I think the thing is, a lot of people feel that smaller creators, it's almost like a halo effect. They're smaller, they're more genuine, so I'm going to trust them more. And then they doubt people that are successful. Whereas I'm like, these people got successful because
they've worked hard for it.
And they're not going to lose that because they want to suck up to Fenty. It generally is not the case. So from my personal experience, and I think even, having beauty news, we're probably more ruthless the bigger we get, because the less we need to prove ourselves to brands. And that's a great position to be in. So I wouldn't necessarily distrust influencers because of PR. And trust smaller creators that don't have as much PR, because you never know what happens behind the scenes. No, you don't.
And at the end of the day, you don't actually know the person, and you don't know what they're willing to sell their soul for. So
it's an interesting one.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, question number 8. Have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind but didn't let your audience know?
No, I don't think so. Not anything that comes to mind. I feel like there's a lot of products that I use, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. And then later on I'm like, I'm not so into it now. I've tried other things and, I like them better. And vice versa, tried something and been like, oh, I'm not so sure about this, but then found a way to make it work for you. But I feel like it always somehow comes up in a video.
Yeah, look, I'm the same as you. And look, it's funny. I have once in the past, and this was probably a year and a half ago now, I did do a like products I changed my mind about. But I find that I try, like, you know, we do on our own channels do a few like sort of get ready with me type videos where you're trying new products. And I try not to give substantial opinions on a product until I've used it a bit and had a concrete thought of it. But so I try not to, you know, say the wrong thing.
You don't want to give like a hardcore full-on review with the first
impression. Exactly right. But like, for example, I've been using the NARS Climax mascara, and when I first used that for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I was like, I don't really like this. I don't get the point. But as I have been using it more, I'll be like, it's actually getting better as it's drying out.
Right,
so I will mention that in videos, but I think the problem with mentioning it as though, like, I feel like this sort of question is implying like, you know, you changed your mind, but you didn't tell your audience.
Tell anyone. Yeah.
But the problem with actually telling people is that the person that watched the original review aren't watching halfway through your half an hour video where you mention your update. So I find that even if you've updated people, and sometimes I'll say in things, I'll update you in my favorites, or I'll update you at the end of the month, or I'll update you in my empties, or whatever it is. And then I still see comments on the video saying, asking about it. And I'm like, well, okay, not everyone watches everything. So
that's exactly right.
Sometimes so it's hard to keep track of that.
Yeah. And that's an issue I've noticed as well. It's hard to keep track or make sure that the people who saw the initial reaction are then getting updated.
Correct.
Like, that can be almost impossible to make sure that the same people watching. So now I don't stress about it.
Yeah.
I use it, and I pray to God that if someone's watching a first impressions and I say, oh yeah, this eyeshadow blends quite nicely, nice and pigmented, seem to like it, that they're not like, oh my God, it's a new holy grail, oh, I'm going to go and buy it.
Unfortunately, people do feel that.
Some people do that. Yeah. Some people do that. But I hope that the majority of people can have the common sense to be like, she liked that palette, I might swatch it next time I'm in store.
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah, I try not to stress about it too much now. If I say I like something and then I change my mind, I do try to bring it up in a video.
But if I don't, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also find that, and I don't know if you'll agree, but sometimes, rarely do my thoughts completely change.
Oh, yeah.
So if my thoughts do completely change, like I've put a lipstick on and I'm like, oh, this is really lovely. And then I've noticed that if you actually wear it without a lip liner, it smears everywhere.
Yeah.
I will try to go back and pin a comment saying, update, didn't love the lipstick.
Yeah.
But sometimes people don't even read those. No. So you can try your hardest, but sometimes it's
true.
It's too hard to actually get the people to... And a lot of people aren't even subscribers that see your original thing. So it's hard. It's fucking hard. So yeah, I don't stress about it too much.
Yeah.
Okay, question 9 and 10. There's influencer you don't trust and influencer you trust the most. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on this?
These are some of the questions that made me really, really upset with this tag.
Yes.
I am not going to sit here and talk about influencers that I don't trust, or even influencers that I do trust. Like, I don't want to single people out and be like, I don't trust X, I don't trust Y, because blah, blah, blah. But I do love la 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 and this person and that person. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Can I also say it was a bit strange watching Mel answer these questions, because she did give an answer to these. And then she later on said that she doesn't like calling people out. Later a question is things other creators do that get on your nerves, and it was like calling people out for being wrong or untrustworthy or whatever. And she also said that she doesn't like being a hypocrite. And I'm just like,
yeah, I'm not.
This is all not making sense to me. And I feel like one thing that I really, really, really dislike about the beauty community is the divide between you're either a sellout and you're a liar, or you are so trustworthy and you're so honest and look at me with my golden honesty badge. There's actually... That divide is incorrect.
Yeah.
And
that's a perception.
It's a perception, not the truth.
Yeah.
And I feel like with the beauty community, from what I've experienced, and I know that we're in a different country and maybe our community is different from the US, but most people try their best.
Yeah.
I also know that a lot of people, if you come across as that you're not being genuine or you're not telling the truth, you get slagged on the internet. You get slammed by comments. So no one wants to, I don't know, no one in their right mind will want to
actively
yes
tell a lie or be deceptive to their viewers. Because you get demolished.
Yeah, not only would you get demolished, and not only would you lose your credibility, which is pretty much all you have in this sort of industry, but I just don't understand the mentality that if you're big and you're making money, you're a liar.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sit well with me. And also one thing that I've got a really big pet peeve with about the industry is that I've been told on some of my videos or our videos that we're lying about something to get on someone's good side, to get on a brand's, PR list, or you just hate that person, so you're saying nasty shit. And I'm like, wait, did we watch the same video? Because we were just saying how good we thought that product was, but you misinterpret it because you're getting it's about perception. And I think also there's this concept in the beauty industry that if you're a viewer and you don't agree with what the person is saying, that they're lying. It's not actually true. No. Makeup is so subjective. It's based on your skin,
makeup
your
is
preferences.
100% subjective.
Yeah. So
100%.
It's not, yes, that's true and that's false. It's about, I speak my truth. If it doesn't resonate with you, then okay, we have different preferences, or we have different skin types, or we have different, for example, I'm just thinking the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. I didn't like it. But if you really love luxe and you love packaging and you like special makeup and you're willing to spend money on it, you might love it. For me, I'm more about quality and value.
Yeah.
And so I didn't love it, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad palette. It just means that for what I want out of a palette, it didn't meet my requirements. Did it mean that I'm lying? No, it's just a difference of opinions. So I think the whole lying truth culture, you're telling the truth because I agree with you, or you're lying because I don't agree with you, is a real, it's a fallacy.
It's toxic as
well.
It's
a fallacy.
And that's why I'm not answering these questions.
Yeah.
Because I'm against that culture, the cancel culture. I don't like it. I'm not getting involved in it. And the only way that I can ever see it changing is if people decide to make the change.
Yes.
And I'm making that change myself. I can't make other people do it. And I'm not sitting here saying that there aren't influencers who lie, whether they're big or small.
There definitely are.
We're quite aware that there 100% are. But if you feel that way,
don't watch them.
Don't support them.
Yeah.
Don't watch them.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and even if you find yourself going, okay, their experiences don't align with mine, then they might not be a creator that you should watch because, for example, I know that with Nikki Tutorials, if she's talking about a base product, chances are it's not going to work for me. We have very different skin. So I will listen to her recommendations of eyeshadows because I find what she likes in an eyeshadow resonates with what I like. And same as Tati, I find that sometimes her base products resonate with me, but the lip products she likes or don't like, they don't resonate with me. People have different body chemistry, different skin, different requirements, different needs, and you need to find someone that resonates with you. If you go, everything they say is completely and utter, it doesn't work for me, either watch them for entertainment or don't watch them at all. But it's not necessarily about truth or lying. It's about if they're speaking their truth.
Yeah.
And that's all you need. I see my channel as being my makeup diary. I'm telling you my experiences. It doesn't mean that you have to experience the same thing, but I'm being truthful with my experiences. And even then, I get called out for lying because someone doesn't agree with me.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm lying.
All the time.
All the time.
I don't like the opinion you have about this particular product. Therefore,
you're lying.
You're lying, and I dislike you, and I need to school you.
Yeah. So question number 11. Secret tips or product application you don't show while on camera? I don't know.
I don't think there's any.
No.
Eventually, I talk about different tips and tricks and stuff that I use when I'm applying my makeup. I don't do it in every single video, but there's none that I haven't shown.
You're like, I'm not showing how to do this because that's my secret. That's never occurred to me.
No.
To be like, I'm not going to show them how I really apply lipstick.
I'm not gonna show them that I only set between my crease and my brow bone after I put on my sticky base. No, but share that info.
But that's like, it's weird. It's weird.
I don't know. It's
weird.
No.
I find that really strange. No.
There's
nothing there.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay, question number 12. Have you ever showed one product but were actually using another?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I film in a different room to where I have my makeup, so I actively have to bring the makeup with me.
Yeah, when I film, I have a tiny little bench that I put all of my things on, so they all go into a tub.
Yeah.
Often there's something in the tub that I plan on using and I forget to use completely, and at the end of the video, I'm like, why are there 3 things in my tub and I've finished?
Yeah, damn.
Fuck!
Yeah. Or sometimes I might say the wrong word or name.
Oh, yeah.
And I might try to correct it by annotating the screen, but if I don't catch it until after, I might put a comment. But there's nothing purposefully like
I've never applied foundation and said I'm using coffee or vice versa.
Or like, I don't want to feature Fenty, so I'll just say I'm using blah blah foundation and quickly put on Fenty. Like that. No. Once again, that. No, I've never thought. No. Okay, question number 13. Have you ever not disclosed a sponsorship?
From a distance, I read that and I thought it said, have you ever disposed? And I was like, what are we disposing of?
Sponsorships.
No. Never even done sponsored content.
Yeah. And partly the reason why we haven't done sponsored content is because nothing has approached us that we feel aligns well with our channel and we could do in an honest, organic way. So we're not opposed to sponsorships as a concept.
Yeah.
You just have to do them right to maintain your integrity. And we've actually had some videos when we get sent things and we're like doing a swatch video. So people are like, this is so sponsored. And so people might assume that things are sponsored, but just because you're featuring a particular range or you're doing a video on a particular product doesn't mean it's sponsored. So we've never done sponsored content. We're not anti it. It's just that we're anti it done badly.
Yeah.
And that's where people sell out. Okay, question number 14. Have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? Yes, pass.
Skip.
Yes.
We've had many.
Because we're so vocal and we're so non-BS when it comes to what we think about brands. Yeah, a lot of brands don't like that. And we have had bad interactions with brands.
And massive shout out to all of the brands that do know how vocal we are and respect that. And they don't get upset when we say something that is not glowing.
And that's where I think it really shows the integrity of a brand.
Absolutely.
And if a brand can send us stuff and be like, we want you to feature it as news and we want you to use it and enjoy it and give us feedback, and if you don't like it, all right.
You don't like it.
It is
what
That's
it is.
when the brands have their big girl panties on.
Yeah, and that's when the brands earn major respect from me.
And that's where I'm more willing to recommend that brand because I know that
brand takes it all, the good and the bad.
And they also are proud of their product. They don't need to send out trash and then be surprised and offended when people are like, this isn't good. Yeah. Don't make shit. Simple. Yeah. Don't fucking make shit, and we won't say it. Okay, question number 15. Have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product?
I don't think so.
No.
Look, the one that comes to mind for me was the Pat McGrath palette.
That was the opposite of bandwagon.
That was the very opposite, and I got reamed for it.
My review of that was way more negative than yours.
I know.
I, to this very day, cop shit for it.
Still cop shit on mine too. Look, this is what gets me about the internet, right? People who watch YouTube videos. I said in that review, and I don't even know how many times, go and take a shot for every time I said, I like the palette, but it's too expensive. You will be in hospital, all right? Yeah. I said it over and over and over, and I sounded like a broken record. And you know what people took away from that? She's bagging the palette. How dare she? Yep. Queen Pat is so offended.
Yeah. I copped so much shit for me saying, look, I was sort of expecting this palette to be worth the price tag. I expected it to be a level up from all my other makeup, and it wasn't. And I had heard glowing reviews, even from people like Mel Thompson, who did this tag originally or created this tag. I heard so many great things. I tried it and I thought, I actually, like the basic shimmers, I actually would prefer to use a Morphe eyeshadow palette. And the fact that I thought that, I'm like, why did I spend 200 Australian dollars plus 25 US dollars shipping for this thing, which is hefty piece of plastic.
Yeah, can't take it anywhere. It's
which
too
is
heavy.
Overpriced eyeshadows.
Yeah.
I'm honestly going to do in the future, probably in the near future, one eye using Pat McGrath, one eye using dupes. And I can tell you, I found some smack bang on the money ColourPop dupes for Pat McGrath fucking mothership palettes. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. But to answer the question...
No.
No.
We don't bandwagon.
But to the point where I think ever since we started beauty news, like back in the day, I used to watch a lot of beauty content. Now I still watch a lot of YouTube, but I don't actually watch beauty content because I don't want people's opinions impacting my opinion. I like to get a product and I like to see it from my perspective and give my honest reaction to it. And that's what I do. And so I actually don't watch many beauty channels. No. I might go, okay, this is an interesting discussion video, or this is an interesting thing, or, oh, I really want to buy a lipstick from this range. I want to see swatches. I want to see lip applications. I'll look for reviews. But I don't just sit there watching review after review after review.
No, neither do I.
Because if I want to use that product, I want to be able to use it fresh and get my honest thoughts and without it being clouded by what I've heard about it. So that's, I try to avoid that entirely. Last question, things other creators do that, I think that get on your nerves. It's not spelt like that, but things other creators do that get on your nerves. Can I actually, because Mel had a list of things and some of them were completely valid. Can I just answer this in a way that is probably not how it's intended to be, not intended to be answered? I am more annoyed at people that watch creators that get on their nerves. If you don't like a creator, stop fucking watching them. Hate watching
what are you doing?
Is a huge problem in this community. You get people that watch hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content just to pick it apart and complain about it. And that is a bigger problem than creators that do things that get on your nerves. Yeah. Yes, I am a polarizing person. Some people love me, some people hate me. You don't have to fucking watch me if you hate me. And this is the same thing when it comes to other creators. Yeah. Things that get on your nerves. If something gets on your nerves, stop fucking watching them!
Fair.
Like, I don't understand why you have to put it on the creators.
My answer was going to be, I don't know. I don't watch them.
Yeah. Don't put on the creators. There are hundreds of thousands of beauty creators, if not more, on YouTube. If you don't like one or if one gets on your nerves, find another one.
Yeah. There is no reason to rage watch unless you are
a sad person.
Yeah.
You're a sad person if you choose to really knuckle down. I fucking hate them. But I'm going to watch it anyway.
I fucking hate it when she flicks her hair like that.
Why do you pronounce shit that way? You fucking annoy me. Stop watching. Stop watching. Or if you love a creator but they do one thing, like one video idea or something that you don't like, close the page.
Exactly. Just don't watch
their next video. Hopefully the next one, it doesn't annoy you so much.
Exactly.
But I say, the people that rage watch, look at yourself. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
That's more of the problem than the creator
Whenever
itself.
you see a discussion about a YouTuber anywhere on the internet, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook or other forums or whatever, there's always someone in the comments who has to say, oh, I can't stand her because of her voice, her hair, her lips, her eyes. I hate this, I hate that, I hate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how many hours did you watch to work that out?
But even then, I just think, look, if their appearance or their mannerisms or their voice or where they're filming or their setup, or if these things upset you so much, take the responsibility on yourself and go, I'm not going to watch this.
Stop bitching about it.
This annoys me, so I'm going to find something that brings me joy.
Yeah.
There is no reason to sit there and just fume about things that annoy you. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
Mm-hmm. That's the way they want to make their content. It's the way they look, they sound, whatever it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't fucking move on.
Correct. Yeah. So I didn't want to actually pick out anything creators are doing because everyone is doing. If they're doing something because they enjoy creating that content, let them fucking create that content.
Exactly. It is what it is.
It's for someone. It's not for everyone.
It's not exactly. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's bigger problems. Like I need another coffee.
Yeah, and my iced coffee is no longer iced.
It's warm.
It's warm.
Probably 20 odd degrees.
Yes. There's bigger problems in the world. No, but like, look, I think that's why we were a bit reluctant to do this tag because I think the way we view the community is very different to how a lot of other people view the community. I know smaller creators, view it in a completely different way. Yeah. Larger creators view it in a different way.
And that's fair. I mean, Kat and I have talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
We have evolved a lot since the start of our channels, going from small creators to then small creators with a big channel and like a large amount of following, and you get to see both sides and you get to understand it. You get to walk a mile in all of the shoes and you get to feel the good, the bad and the fucking ugly, and it faces you every day, and eventually it gets to the point where you go, no more. Yeah. I'm not going to add to the negativity.
Correct.
I bring my truth, but I don't need to bitch about other people.
Yeah.
Because that's their thing.
Anyway, guys, I know that was a little bit of a different take, but that's our take.
That's our take.
I
think our truth.
Yeah, it's our truth. I think people need to not be forgiving of people you don't like. If you don't like them, move on.
No,
But the world isn't as sinister as people like to make it out to be.
I agree.
We all try our best.
I think, explore the beauty YouTubers, find new ones, ask people for recommendations, see who resonates with you. And you don't have to watch the big 6 or however many there are. I don't know. I don't watch any of them. But you don't have to watch them. If you don't trust them, you don't have to watch them. And that even goes for smaller YouTubers and people in the middle as well.
Yeah. So, but can I also say, if you don't trust someone but you find them entertaining, watch away.
Watch them.
YouTube's also about entertainment. If you go, I don't actually trust Jacqueline Hill's reviews, but I think she's really interesting.
Yeah.
Watch her.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
Or I think she's funny or something like that.
Go for it.
Of course, watch away.
Yeah.
But, choose your creators based on what you want out of the content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. And if you don't like it, find something else.
Yes. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And we're going to see you in the next one.
On Wednesday.
Yay! Bye.
See you guys.